Hi, I'm Crystal, president of the Neonates and Baby Think It Over Club and the artist behind Crystal's Little Monkeys. And I'm going to show you a demonstration today of the Real-Care 2 Plus Baby Think It Over baby from Realityworks. I'm going to show you a little difference between this doll and the electronic neonate. For one thing, its head still falls back, just like the neonate, but it can also turn from side to side, which the neonate can't do. And its speaker is a little bit larger, and it's built right into the vinyl, whereas the electronic neonate was a big plastic thing that kind of stuck out from the chest of it. Also, it's hard to see here, but the baby's back is contoured, just like a real back, whereas the electronic neonate's back was flat. Now, with the Real-Care Baby 2, you have to put batteries into it, but with the Plus, it's rechargeable. So these are the lights that tell you, if it's charging or it needs to be recharged. Like if this light is flashing, it needs to be recharged. And here's where you plug in the charger, which is this little cord here, plugs into the back, and then you plug it into the wall, and that's how it charges. These are the accessories for the Real-Care 2. This is the controller, which you use to program the baby. These are the diapers. One has a green square, one has a yellow square, so it can tell the difference when you change the diaper. This is a bottle that I made for it with what looks like fake milk in it. Otherwise, it just comes with an empty bottle from the company. And this is the ID that you use. When the baby cries, you have to touch this ID to either this part, or the front or the back parts. And that registers as being you're ready to provide care for it. And then from there it goes. And you can have up to 2 of these IDs programmed, so that, like, say it's a parenting program and they want to have like a mother and a father kind of thing. So then the teacher can tell, according to the number of the ID, which person cared to the baby at which times. So that's the accessories. I've also made a magnetic pacifier, and it works just the same as the bottle, only it's hands-free, which is good. However, with the Real-Care 2, it's got an anti-prop feature, so even if your hands are free and you don't have to hold this in its mouth, if it doesn't sense movement for a while, it will start to cry. Because if it senses movement, then it knows that you're holding it and feeding it, as opposed to propping the bottle up. So if you really want hands-free, get a baby swing, I've heard. And then you can just put the pacifier in, put the swing on, and it'll sense the movement and it'll drink, and then you can go about your other things. The ideals of cheating. Anyway, so let's get into how this thing works. This is the controller, and you turn it on with this button. And I don't know how easy it will be to see, but you've got prepare, finish, daycare, baby utilities, and the control unit. So when you first get it, you're going to go to the control unit so that you can set the clock, and you can test to make sure the battery levels are fine, and you can set the language. Then you're going to want to go to baby utilities, and you'll want to do a readiness check to make sure that the baby is charged enough. And so this says it's at 5.8, not fully charged, but enough that I should be able to demonstrate. And you can configure the baby, which we don't want to do because mine's already configured, but basically what it'll do is, it'll tell you to locate the baby. I guess we could try it. So you do this, and comes up saying the name. I've named her, oh, I should change that. Her name should be Haley. I had her Veda until I sold my electronic neonate, and now she's Haley. So that's where you would do the name, and then you can program the 2 IDs, which they're already programmed in there. And yeah, so then this is where you can do your demonstrations of each thing to make sure it's working. You can also do daycare mode once the baby is on and working. If you go into daycare mode, then the baby will not request care until you take it off of daycare mode. Now, of course, if you were in a parenting program, the teacher is the one with the control unit, so you wouldn't be able to put it in daycare unless you took the doll to your teacher. But when you own your own and you have total control over it, you can put this baby in daycare at any time, so it's quite handy. And then finish is when you're collecting your data. You know, you get the data from, and you view the reports and simulation and all that stuff. And prepare is where you would set up everything. So, you know, you would program what day and what time for it to start and stop. And you can choose like easy, hard, or medium. You can program quiet times where it won't request care at all during that time. It also comes with a book which shows you each baby schedule. And so instead of choosing easy, hard, or medium, you can actually choose, okay, on this day I want it on schedule 13, and on this day I want it on schedule 15. So that's kind of neat. So anyways, I will now go into the demonstration mode and demonstrate to you how this baby works. Okay, now in the demonstration mode, I'll be able to demonstrate to you each thing that the baby can request and how you tend to that. And each one lasts about 60 seconds, so it's just a demonstration. You know, usually what happens is when the baby's programmed, it will cry at random times throughout the day and night, 24/7, like a real baby, and you will never know. You will have to figure out what it's requesting and what it's crying for. But with this demonstration, I will know, because it'll say like, okay, this is the demonstration of burping or whatever. So, so we'll start off with the demonstration now, and the very first demonstration is for feeding. So you'll see that she starts off crying a little bit quiet. And it will get louder. So this is the cry for feeding. And you would touch your ID. And she chimes. And then you would give her the bottle. And she makes drinking sounds. I don't know if you can hear it very well. And of course, as I said, the pacifier works the same way, only it's hands-free. So then she coos to say that she's done. So that's the end of that demonstration. The next thing I can demonstrate is when she wants to be burped. So you touch the ID again, and she will want to be burped. So again, I don't know if you could hear the burp, it's pretty quiet, but I think we have most of the baby's sounds recorded and available to listen to on our website, which is www.neonatesandbtio.com.